All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honors to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat, the Wadah, the House of David. So, just want you to hear this real quick. You know, listen to this proud devil NERO47 talking about a regime change in Cuba. Now, I had put a video up back a while ago. Actually, I think it was a couple days ago, maybe like, I don't know, it's a few days back, I want to say, and about them having their eyes set on Cuba. Now, they're talking about there was a power outage out in Cuba and all these things of that nature, and they need a regime change. Really, they going over there to steal resources and everything of that nature, man. Take the central banks and all this stuff over. Like I told you, this is a global thing, man. The whole new world order is a global thing. You see? And to get a regime change to put a puppet leader in there to take over their central banks. You see, their central banks take over resources, right? And have it come straight to the Western Hemisphere of Babylon the Great. Okay? You see? Chip everybody over in Cuba, right? The RFID microchip, you see? Surveillance, track, trace, and control, right? UPC, Universal Product Code, okay? When you become a part of the cloud, all right? So without further ado, let's go and get you a scripture real quick, you know? You see? Because this devil is a proud devil, right? Let's get this here. Let's get Proverbs 16 and 18 real quick. Let's get that, right? It says, pride goeth before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. All right, now let's get this in here. Habakkuk 2 in verse number 5, right? It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what they want to do. They want to chip everybody. They want everybody, like they want Manasseh, right? The tribe of Manasseh to come over here. They want to chip them off. See, which is the so-called Cubans. All right, you see. This is their plans, and see that's why they had their eyes set on Cuba next. This is and their resources, right? Whatever is over there, they want to drain their resources, set up a puppet leader, destroy their land, right? Just to get you to move over. You see, but this is Micah 2 and 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. It is because it is in the power of their hand. You see, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And we know who he is, right? It's Esau Edom. This man is being revealed, the man of lawlessness, the man of sin. You see? Okay? This proud devil, man. All right? He going to be destroyed, man. Listen to this. Let's go here. All right? So it says Trump, Rubio, right, believes U.S. can extend its influence on Cuba.
Of a person shot in.
What influence? The influence of what? Wickedness? Because that's what the influence is. You see? Let's continue.
West Miami-Dade. Sky 10 over the scene here just moments ago. The shooting happened near Northwest 8th Street and...
Now, it's funny that they got to show a shooting right here in Northwest Miami. You see? That's where a lot of the Cubans, right, a lot of Manasserites, right, is at down there. You got a lot of so-called Haitians down there, you see, which is Levi, you know. You see, so it's funny how they showed that in the beginning of this here clip, right, this is the the WPLG Local 10 News, right. check this out. Let's continue.
4th Avenue. We do not have a lot of details at this time, but we will reach out to deputies to try to figure out what exactly happened here.
And now to the crisis in Cuba. Power problems persisting after the electrical grid collapsed yesterday, leaving millions in the dark.
But officials say power has been...
The electrical grid, that's what? See? When you control the electrical grid, you have what? You sort of... Come on, man. Isn't it not evident, man? If you're not paying attention and you don't have your eyes open in there, you need to, I don't know what's, you need to, I don't know what, man. You see? You got to be paying attention, man. You got to have your eyes open. You see? Let's continue.
Restored in the western and central regions of Cuba, and the U.S. is continuing to ramp up pressure on the communist government. Local 10's Russ Ketchke live on Capitol Hill with the latest on this. Russ.
Well, good evening. President Trump is once again raising the prospect that the United States could, in his words, take Cuba. And he's also making it clear the island nation's president needs to go.
We'll be doing something with Cuba very soon.
President Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio addressing the worsening energy crisis in Cuba from the Oval Office.
The bottom line is their economy doesn't work. It's a non-functional economy.
The Cuban regime is in talks with the United States after a nearly 2-month oil blockade that's brought daily life on the island to a standstill. Rubio says the only path forward is a change of leadership.
They don't get subsidies anymore, so they're in a lot of trouble. And the people in charge, they don't know how to fix it. So they have to get new people in charge.
What potential threat does Cuba pose?
On Capitol Hill, leaders from the Pentagon and U.S. Southern Command answering questions from lawmakers about American operations in the Caribbean.
Cuba historically has been one of the strongest intelligence adversaries that we've had in the United States.
After President Trump's move to use the military in both Venezuela and Iran, lawmakers are asking if the Pentagon is preparing similar operations in Cuba.
Are we preparing to invade Cuba?
Ma'am, I'm not familiar with any plans on Cuba.
Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott says he does not believe the U.S. will have to directly intervene on the island and that the Cuban people are more motivated than ever to topple the regime.
I think what we need to do is try to hopefully get a democracy there where the Cuban people get to pick their leaders, not some, like what the Castro brothers have done to control the populations.
And in the Oval Office today, Secretary of State Marco Rubio hinted the United States would potentially be open to easing some of the long-standing economic embargo on the Cuban regime, but only if the Cuban government is open to significant political reform. And that's something the regime has been long resistant to for decades now. Live on Capitol Hill, Ross Ketchke, Local 10 News.
And Ross, thanks a lot. And in Miami's little...
All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises and glory and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruel. Peace and blessings and citations to the hopeful elect, the Bayat Dawadah, Thou of David Kwam, Yasha'Allah, Abba Babal, Shalom.